Good morning. My name is Rachel. You're welcome to write in the chat if you want to introduce yourself. I'm just subbing for comeback yoga this morning. And I am here in Hawaii. If you notice behind me, it's nice and dark. It's really early in the morning. I know it's 8 a.m. in Denver, and wherever you are, glad you're awake and joining me. We'll be doing a meditation and gentle yoga this morning. So one of the fun things that I do while I'm here on island is that I'm taking advantage of learning as much about the Hawaiian culture as possible, and I absolutely love it. What I'm currently in is the Hokulea class, the astronomy and weather class, and it's phenomenal. One of the navigators is the kumu, the teacher, and it's been really, really eye-opening. And I'll be honest, I didn't even know what the hokulea was before I moved here a few years ago. But if you don't know what it is, it's that big, giant double hull canoe that Hawaiians, yes, with the help of one navigator from from Micronesia, who taught the Hawaiians how to kind of reconnect with their culture. And he reminded them how to find themselves and use the stars, because unfortunately the Kanaka, there were no master navigators. And so them traveling by the stars and by the sea wasn't possible without his help. But long story short, they did learn how to sail, and they really embrace their culture, and it's been such a huge thing. And the hokulea, if you haven't paid attention, which I didn't until we moved here, that's made trips around the world. The first trip was to Tahiti from Hawaii, and it's pretty remarkable. I've seen it. I'll paddle up to it, and it's not a very big canoe. So I don't know if any of you are close to the ocean or go to the beach, but I go to the beach quite frequently. And when the ocean is big, especially if there's big winter systems coming in and you see the ocean, there's so much respect on my part that I don't go in the water because firstly, it would not be safe for me. Secondly, I wouldn't want to put the life guards into danger because they'd have to probably come rescue me. But it's pretty amazing given that they're out there and they're just using what Mother Nature has given them. So one of the fun things we're doing are different star lines. Hawaii has 4 different star lines, and honestly, I don't know them all. We start with it tomorrow, and it's actually a group presentation. So what we are doing is Manaya Kalani, which is Maui's fish hook. And so if you've seen, what is that movie? Moana? Is it just Moana? The Disney movie that came out, it roughly tells the story and has some nice Hawaiian lore in there that has been Disney-fied. And the big fish hook is actually the Scorpius. Sorry, I was like, what's the Western name for it? Or also in Hawaiian, it's Kamakau Nui o Maui. And the Hawaiian mo'olelo, the story behind it is kind of really cool. So Maui, the demigod, was given a fish hook by his father, Akalana, and his goal was to catch this olua, a big fish. And this fish is known to be more aggressive than sharks. It's a big, strong fish. Think of it that way. And so he and his brothers went out in their canoe, went fishing for this alua pimo. and he caught it with his fish hook. And he and his brothers were trying so hard to catch it. And there's a literal catch besides just catching the fish. If you look at the fish will turn to stone. Why, I'm not exactly sure, but it would just turn to stone. And so, unfortunately, the fish was so big, and the brothers and Maui accidentally looked at it. It turned to stone, and that fish then became the land for the Hawaiian Islands. Are the Hawaiian Islands volcanic? Yes, but it's a great story. It's also made up of, so we have Maui's fish hook, which looks like a J in the star or in the sky. So if you look up right now, you won't see it. Unless you get up really, really early. So around 5 a.m. my time, so your time, 8 a.m., you'd be able to see it. So early morning, you're able to see it up in the sky, and it's always just a little bit, if you look for a J or if you look for a fish hook, you'll be able to see it. Just if you look to the left of it, you'll see Pimoi or the Elua, the fish, and it's not a Western constellation, so I can't give you that name. You'd have to look it up. Actually, I'm sorry, if you Google it, it's not going to come up that easily either. You might see the Hokulea archives and then go from there. If you go further, the third constellation of the star line is the Navigator's Triangle, also known as Summer's Triangle, also known as in Hawaiian, I have to look this up again, Nui Nakolu, and it's comprised of 3 stars. The northernmost is Piraetea, which is Deneb. Keoi is Vega to the east, and Humu Altair is to the west. And it creates this triangle. It's not this little triangle, which you might think of. It's actually this massive, massive triangle. I was walking my dog and I was looking and I was like, I see a triangle, but it's so, so big. It's probably 3 times bigger than what I had originally thought it was going to be. So try not to make assumptions there. The best story, I think, out of all the stories that they have is the one about Humo or Altair. So Humo is 1 star, and then the 2 stars right behind it are Humuma, and Humu is father, Humuma are 2 sons. So a father and 2 sons were sailing from Big Island to Kauai, and on that trip, and they're in separate boats, the boys in boat ahead, the father in the last boat with the king. And it was very interesting because they were able to, or the 2 sons were sailing and they knew about stars, and they suggested to the steersman, oh, we need to go this way. Steersman got very upset and did not like that, threw the sons overboard, and the sons started swimming. Luckily, the father in the last canoe picked them up, and that canoe with the king and the sons and the father made it to Kauai. All the other boats got lost at sea. So kind of interesting Hawaiian lore. Okay, let's go ahead and make our way to our mats. If you have something to prop yourself up on, such as a bolster, a blanket, you're always welcome to. My name is Rachel, and I am subbing for Comeback Yoga this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Finding the most comfortable seated position, whether it's on a chair, if it's on a blanket, a bolster, if you need to sit on a block. Allowing the spine to lengthen. If you'd like, giving yourself the option to close the eyes. Feeling the shoulders drop away from the ears. and letting the breath ebb and flow. Connecting with the breath. And just observing all the nuances of the breath. Not just for the inhalation, but also the exhalation, whether there's any catches, hesitations. Just observing. Remembering that we never judge. I invite you, if it feels okay, to deepen the breath, both on the inhalation and the exhalation. With every exhale, releasing what no longer serves you. Knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, exactly who you are to be at this present moment. Releasing that intention to lengthen and extend the breath. Inviting yourself and allowing yourself, giving yourself that permission to breathe however your body needs to breathe. Bring awareness to our senses, noticing what we feel. Feeling that grounding of wherever our body makes contact with the mat or the ground. Noticing that connection, that groundedness. Feeling the temperature of the air as it touches your skin, whether it's warm or cool, or if you feel a breeze. Noticing if there's anything we smell or taste. Observing if there's anything else we hear other than the sound of my voice, the sound of your breathing. If our eyes are closed, just seeing the backs of our eyes. If our eyes are open, that's fine too. Just noticing what we observe in the room around us. repeating after me, or just saying it back to yourself in your mind. I am exactly where I need to be. I am perfectly imperfect. There is no one else like me. And I am uniquely special. Allowing yourself to take a full body scan from the top of your head, down the torso, the arms and legs, however you're sitting. Taking time to notice the thoughts of your mind. Remembering we're never judging, just observing. Observing our emotions and how we're coming to our mat this morning. Keeping your eyes closed or gently blinking them open. Bringing the palms of the hand to the heart, stacking them on top of each other. Gently giving yourself a little self-massage right at the chest. Continuing to breathe deeply and fully wherever your breath is. And then releasing the hands by the hips. On your next inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhaling, hands to the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching hands to the sky. Don't worry if your hands can't touch. Just means we're a little tighter. Exhaling, hands to the heart. 1 more time. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Maybe even the gaze sky goes skyward. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Taking a few breaths here. Setting an intention not only for your practice, but for your day. What do we want to accomplish with our practice? Maybe it's to connect with our breath or stay present. Maybe just to move a little and stretch to feel a little better in our bodies. However you are coming to the mat is beautiful. Releasing the hands down to your knees or the thighs, wherever feels good. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Maybe the gaze goes skyward. Exhale to round the spine, chin tucking to the chest. 2 more times, follow your breath, not mine necessarily. Inhale, pulling forward. Exhaling to round. 1 more time, inhale, pull forward. Exhaling to round. We'll return to a neutral spine. If we've been sitting crisscross applesauce, we're going to change it out so that front leg is back, that back leg is forward. We've been sitting for a while. Releasing that right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left hand reaches up and over. That bottom hand can walk out just a little bit further if you'd like. Allow that top hand to actively reach up and over, the lengthening through the left side body. Continue to breathe. See if we can even out the breath between the right and the left side. It might feel a little bit more restricted on the right. On the next inhale, lift the gaze up skyward. Exhale to lower the gaze. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the gaze skyward. Exhale to lower the gaze. 1 more time. Inhale, lift the gaze skyward. Exhale to lower the gaze. Release the top hand down to the mat. It doesn't matter where it falls. If you're up high, it could just be on your knee. That's okay. Just notice how that feels. There's a slight rotation of the torso, of the spine. Remembering to only do what feels good in your body. Stay here for a little bit longer. 1 more breath here. And then gently walk those hands forward. The palms can support you, whether we're up high or down lower. There's nothing to see on the screen, so I invite you to relax the neck. Continue to breathe. Notice how that feels on the low back. Maybe we feel this on our legs. We're all different. There's no right or wrong. Gently bring awareness to those hands and we'll walk over to the left. Starting with our hands down on the mat, supporting you, feeling that slight twist, that slight rotation. Continue to breathe here. And then we're going to go ahead, let's release. Left hand down to the mat. And then inhale, right hand up and over. At this time, if you'd like to walk out that bottom hand, you're welcome to, creating a little bit more length through the side body as we reach. Again, finding that breath, that evenness of the breath through both side ribs. It's hard, especially on this left side. One more breath here. And then gently exhale to release that top arm down. Oh, and I forgot. Inhale, reach that top arm up. Let's inhale, lift the gaze up skyward. Exhale, lower the gaze down. 2 more times, follow your breath. Inhale, lift the gaze skyward. Exhale, lower the gaze down. 1 more time, inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale to lower the gaze. Now we'll release that top arm down to the mat. Gently walk those hands forward. Allow the head to hang heavy. Maybe the chin tucks to the chest. Maybe it doesn't. Gently allow the head to lolly side to side. We're moving with intention. Noticing how this feels on our neck. And then returning to stillness. On the next inhale, gently sit up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down to reset. If it feels okay, bringing the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers, and then straightening the arms, opening through the chest. I invite you to take 1 more breath here. If we're not able to hold hands, that's okay. We can use a strap. We can have that intention of the hands coming together. You can take opposite elbows, opposite wrists. 1 more breath here. On your next exhale, we'll release. Hands coming to the knees once again. We're going to let the right hand rest on the knee or thigh. Left hand will reach up and back. We're just creating a really big circle or backstroke. 2 more circles just like that. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, reaching back. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to reach back. We'll go forward now. Reversing that circle. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, reaching down. 2 more times. Inhale, back. Exhale to return back down. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, bring it back down. Allow that left hand to plant and rest wherever you'd like. Take that right hand out to the side. Reach it back on the inhale. Exhale forward. We're just finding range of motion. 2 more circles just like that. Notice how that feels on our shoulder. If they're big circles, that's okay. If they're small circles, that's okay too. We're going to reverse what we just did. When you're ready, reaching up to the sky and then drawing back. 2 more times, follow your breath. Any size circle is perfect for this morning. Last one. And release. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Reset here. Hands coming by the sides. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift those hands up. See if those forearms and elbows can come together. If the elbows are wide, that's okay. It just means we're tight in the shoulders. Find the breath here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently turn the palms to face yourself. So the forearms and the palms are facing towards you. It's okay if the hands are separated. See if we can have that intention of the elbows coming together and then peel open the hands to peek through the hands. Notice how that feels on your shoulders. Find the breath. 1 more breath here. On your next exhale, release the hands down. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to bring the hands to our low back. Inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades and elbows closer. Exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhale, pull forward, squeeze in the back. Exhale to release. Again, inhale, pull forward, squeeze in the back. Exhale to release. Hands to the knees. We're going to gently draw circles with our torso. So taking however big of a circle you need. It doesn't matter if you went clockwise or counterclockwise. Taking your time, lingering in areas that need a little extra attention. And then going the opposite direction. Finding your breath. Staying in this present moment. 1 more breath here. And then finding your stillness. We'll make our way to tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Use a blanket for your knees if you're having a hard time. Spread the fingers nice and wide. I like to tuck my toes, but you can bring the tops of your feet down. On your next exhale, round the spine. Let the tail and head descend to the mat, towards the mat. Stay here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next inhale, release the belly. Feel the tail and head naturally begin to turn skyward. Stay here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return to a neutral spine. Let's extend those arms towards the top of the mat. And then gently melt the heart down on your exhale. Coming into puppy pose here, we can have either the heart melted down, and maybe the chin rests on the mat, or maybe the forehead rests on the mat, or even is floating. Notice how this feels on the upper back and shoulders. Continue to breathe here. One more breath. Gently allow yourself to roll forward onto your belly and set up for Sphinx pose. Forearms parallel to each other, elbows under the shoulders or slightly in front. You can spread the fingers nice and wide. Allow the tops of the feet to come down into the mat. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale to release. 1 more time. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale to release. Hands under shoulders, draw back, child's pose. So pressing back, knees can be open or close. Hands can be forward towards the top of the mat or back by the hips. As you breathe here, feel that breath come into the back ribs. One more breath here. Noticing the spine nice and long. Gently, hands come under the shoulders, and we make our way up onto our shins. If this doesn't feel good, you're welcome to come to your seat. When we sit like this on our shins, it actually allows us to work that ankle mobility as well. We're going to gently make our way up onto our knees, tops of the feet still on the mat. Let's take the top of the right foot, the right ankle, and slide it into the sole of the left foot. So we can come into tabletop and then slide the top of the right ankle into the sole of the left foot. And then gently draw the hips back. You're applying some pressure to the sole of that left foot. Depending on where our threshold is and what's going in that fascia, that the skin, the layers of that foot, this might feel very intense or it could feel very mild. The more weight we bring back, so by hips, applying pressure directly down, it's just more pressure, more compression. If it's too much, remember, we come up or we come forward. Stay here for 1 more breath. And then gently, let's make our way forward, tabletop position. Allowing the right top of the foot to ground down, allowing the top of the left foot to come into that right arch. And then gently make your way back. So just doing the opposite. Notice if it feels similar or different. Remembering we often neglect our feet. Finding that deep and full breath. One more breath here. And then gently make your way to tabletop again. Hands under shoulders. We'll extend the left leg back, toes to the mat. Gently rock forward and back. Notice how that feels on your calf muscles. We'll find stillness, bringing that left knee back down. Right leg extends, toes to the mat. Gently rock forward and back. Finding stillness. We'll come up, tuck the toes, and allow yourself to bring the hips over the knees. With the toes tucked, we're again stretching our feet. If you'd like to apply a little bit more pressure, we bring those hips down towards the heels and find that nice stretch. Maybe you feel it in the toes or the arches. One more breath here. On the next inhale, we'll make our way to stand. Coming to the top of the mat. We'll take that right foot back. Just a nice, comfortable stance. That whole foot is on the mat, toes slightly out. Softness of the knees. Front leg is straight. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Releasing those hands down to the thigh. Gently begin to hinge forward. So the torso is parallel to the mat, or maybe it's a little higher. If we're lower, that's fine too. We can use blocks. We can come all the way down. Notice that we're beginning to feel that sensation from the heel all the way up to the hip. Wherever you are is perfect. One more breath here. Gently bend into that front knee. Allow your hands to help you up. We're going to step that right foot forward. Left foot steps back. It doesn't have to be a big stance. Those back toes slightly out if you like. Softness in the knees, but that front leg is forward. Front leg is straight. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. And then allow yourself to begin to descend. So wherever we are, finding our breath, noticing the sensations, never entering pain, gently bending that front knee and making your way upright once again. Stepping the left foot forward. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, pull the heart open, straighten the arms. Exhale to release. If you need to have a strap, you're welcome to have a strap. If you need a wall for balance or a chair, that's fine too. Let's root down through that right foot. We're going to come into a quad stretch. So we're bending that left knee, hand to the foot or ankle, using a strap as we need. Finding support on the wall, a chair. Hand can be at the heart or lifted up. The knees are in line with each other, and we're finding not only just our balance and our focus, but we're also feeling a nice quad stretch. Keeping the knees in line with each other. Stay here for one more breath. On the next exhale, let's release. Left foot rooting down. Whenever you're ready, finding the support that you need, using straps or hand to support yourself, holding that back foot. Hand wherever you need, finding the breath, finding your balance and your focus. One more breath here. On your next exhale, releasing. Taking your feet about hips distance apart. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. On the next inhale, lift up the heels. Come up onto your toes. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower. Find that steadiness and that ease. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. If that was hard, that's okay. Go ahead. We're gonna walk a little tightrope. Doesn't matter which leg is in front or which foot is in front. If balance is a real hard challenge, you can hold onto the wall. Guess what? You can also take your feet so they're slightly apart instead of being on a tightrope. However close you want your feet to be is fine. We're gonna do the same thing again. Hands wherever you like. Inhale, lift up to the toes. Work the balance. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Allow the feet to draw apart. Shake out the legs as you need. And then we'll bring that opposite foot in front. Take any variation you need, a tightrope or a little wider. On your next inhale, lift up to the toes and lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. If you fall out, that's okay. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Gently step back. Come into that nice open position. Turn the toes out and heels come in. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Maybe the hands come together, maybe they don't. Option to interlace them. Gently allow yourself leaning to the right. Inhale, center. Lean to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to the heart. With the toes out, heels in. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, however you'd like to get there. Reverse swan dive, central channel. Just making your way down to the mat. Wherever your hands are to support you, if you need those blocks, take those blocks. Feel the hamstrings stretch. I invite you to gently sway side to side. And then find stillness. Bend the knees as much as you need to plant the hands and feel the grounding through the palms. On your next exhale, lower the hips down, come into your Velocin Low Squat. Depending on how low we're able to go, this could be your hips might be very high and you might be saying, I'm using my quads a lot. If you're so high that we're having our quads work really hard, you can grab a chair to support you. You can put a block under your hips. I like to have my elbows to my inner legs, hands at prayer. If it feels good this morning, gently tucking that chin to the chest and allow the right ear to go to right shoulder. Return to center. Left ear to left shoulder. And return to center. 1 more time, right ear to right shoulder. Return to center. Left ear to left shoulder. Return to center. Releasing the hands. Hands come to thighs. Gently make your way up to stand once again. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Stepping the right foot back. We're going to be on the ball of our foot. So however far that you need to be able to bend into that front knee and then have a ball of the back foot down. If we say we're feeling a little tired, we need to bring that knee down. This is fine too. Perfect. Hands by the hips. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale to stay here. We're going to turn our palms to face forward. Exhale, draw the hands back. So they're just going to sweep back. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale to draw back. One more time. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale to draw back. Hands return to the hips or to the heart. Inhale, right leg steps forward, or if we're on our knee, make your way to the top of the mat. Other side, left leg steps back, either on the ball of the foot, however wide of a stance you need. Front knee is bent. Remember, we can always bring this knee down. Finding your perfect position. Inhale, reach those hands up to the sky. Exhale to stay here. Palms face towards the front of the mat. Exhale, draw the hands back. Inhale, reach up. 2 more times, follow your breath. Exhale, bring the hands back. Inhale to reach it forward. 1 more time. Exhale, draw the hands back. Inhale to reach skyward. Exhale, hands wherever they need to be, and make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, bring the hands to the back of the head, draw the elbows back, and allow your hands to support your head as you look up skyward. Let the back of your head press into your hands and the hands to press into your head, but we're creating the smallest contraction. So think of it as like only 1 or 2% of your muscle strength, just so you feel that awareness. 1 more breath here. On your next exhale, release the hands to the low back. Allow the head to straighten once again. Fingertips pointed down. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale to release forward fold. Allow the hands to gently massage the backs of your legs and your calves as you descend. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Work those back muscles. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Think of it as a body weight deadlift. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower. Step back to your plank pose. We're gonna come down to a plank and then just make our way to our belly. So just making our way down. It wasn't even really a plank. We bypassed it, didn't we? It was kind of more plank and lower. Come and set up for Sphinx once again. Those elbows slightly in front of or at shoulders. Forearms, shoulders distance apart. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale to release down. We're going to turn the right cheek down to the mat. And then bring that left knee out to the side. So my knee is in line with my hip. And we can stay just like this, or we can extend the leg out. Arms however you'd like, whatever feels best in your body. Find the breath. One more breath here. Let's just go ahead, extend that left leg, let it match the right. Set up for Sphinx pose again. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale to release. Turn the left cheek down to the mat. Right knee goes out from the hip. We can create that little 90-degree angle, or we can extend that right leg out from the hip. This is your practice, your body. One more breath here. And then we'll bring that right leg in to match the left. Set up for Sphinx once again. Inhale, pull the heart open. Exhale to release. Hands come under the shoulders. Let's set up for Cobra. Hands under shoulders, elbows towards the sky. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Use those back muscles. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale, pull the heart forward. It can be however high that you need. Exhale to lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Plant the hands and draw back to child's pose. Any variation, we went over the variations before. Extended child's pose is the hands towards the top of the mat, or hands by the hips, perfectly great as well. Find your breath. 1 more breath. If your hands are by your hips, we'll gently bring them forward. On the next inhale, round up into tabletop. Exhale, lower back down. You're like, we just came from there. Yes, we did. We'll go ahead and roll onto our backs. Allow yourself to take a full breath in and a full breath out. It doesn't matter if your knees are bent or butterflied. Your arms can be doing whatever they need to do. Again, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. We'll bring attention to the legs and allow the knees to butterfly open and the soles of the feet to come together. If we need props underneath our legs, because this feels a little intense, go ahead and place whatever you need to support yourself. Hands coming wherever they like, over the head to a T, to the body, by the hips. Connecting with the breath. Tuning into sensation. We'll bring that right arm across the body. Maybe that left hand assists it. Finding that passive stretch once again. You have the option to gaze over the right shoulder if that feels good. 1 more breath here. Gently release, right arm, left arm across the body. Again, we can just hang out. We can have the hand to assist. We can also gaze towards the left. Remembering you are actually your best teacher. Knowing your limitations and honoring wherever you're at in your practice. And your next exhale, releasing the arm. Gently bring those knees up skyward, soles of the feet to the mat. Windshield wipering the knees side to side. Inviting stillness. Inhale, bring the knees into the chest. You can be active, actively working your hip flexors by keeping them in, or hands to the knees or shins, supporting them. Option to point and flex the feet and roll the ankles. We'll extend the legs up towards the sky. Again, if you like, pointing and flexing your feet, and then allowing the legs to open wide. As wide as feels good to you. Option to support from underneath. Option to assist by placing your hands on your inner legs and gently pressing down. Whatever you do with your feet is completely up to you. Stay here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring the legs together. Exhale, right knee into the chest. Left leg extends down. Bring the right knee towards the left, finding that twist, the supine twist. Shoulders can be down at the mat, arms out at a T, or however feels good in the body. Same with the gaze. Traditionally, it might go towards the right, but depending on how our neck feels this morning, it can go any way you'd like. One more breath here. On your next inhale, gathering the knees at the chest, extending the legs long, bending that left knee, bringing it into the chest, and then lowering the right leg. Left knee towards the right, supine twist. Gaze and arms doing whatever you need. Finding that breath, staying in this present moment. On the next inhale, coming to center once again, gently rocking side to side. And then we'll invite those feet to lift to skyward. Happy baby. Knees are towards those side ribs. If we can touch the feet, that's fine. Or maybe we're holding on to the shins or the thighs. Find stillness or movement. On your next exhale, releasing wherever you're holding and making your way to your final resting pose. Whether it's laying down completely on our back, knowing that if we have some low back issues, we can always bend the knees and allow the knees to buckle in, the feet wide. And if you prefer, finding a comfortable seated position. Bringing awareness to our breath. Noticing the rise and fall. Noticing our mind and observing what it has going on, lists of to do or whatever we have planned for the rest of the day. Noticing whatever's going on in our heart and our emotional body. allowing us to use our senses to feel, to see, to hear, to taste, even. Allowing our senses to bring us into this very present moment. We'll invite smaller, big movements back to the body, however feels good to you this morning. Remembering to move with kindness, with love, with compassion. Taking full body stretches, if that feels good. For those of you laying down, I invite you to make your way to your side for fetal position, or begin to make your way to an upright seated position of your choice. Once again, reconnecting with the breath and setting an intention for your day. Maybe it's changed from the beginning of class. Maybe it's the same. But remembering you have special gift and are uniquely yourself and irreplaceable. For those of you in fetal position, we'll use our hands to help press us up to a seated position of your choice. Gathering the hands to the heart however you'd like, or keeping them on your lap. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Thank you so much for joining me and Come Back Yoga this morning. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. Thanks so much for joining. I'm not sure if I'll be subbing again, and it was really kind of super interesting to see the practice at such an early perspective. Oh, thanks for the like. Yeah, I've never practiced this early in the morning in my life, so that was a very, very cool experience. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, wherever you plan to do. And we finally get a break in the rain here in Hawaii. So I'm hopefully going to be able to go out to the beach with my keiki this morning. But have an amazing day, and we'll see you on the mat. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. Bye.